as promised, today I'm going to do a bow tying tutorial. Now, my favourite way of tying a bow is using my hands. There are hacks with forks and such, but I actually find those more difficult. But I will show you them, or at least try afterwards. So, you get a piece of ribbon, and I suggest using a Tim Holtz pair of scissors or fabric scissors for cutting ribbon, because you want to make sure that the ends don't fray, because this is material. And when we finish the bow, we're going to make sure that all of our cuts are at an angle. So what I do is I make 2 rabbit ears. So I've got one around this finger. I use my second finger to kind of close the first rabbit ear, and my third finger like this to make the second rabbit ear. Then I grab the 2 rabbit ears in my hands like so, and I literally just tie them in a knot. Now, this is what it looks like when you've tied the knot. If you bring the tail to the front and pull the loops of the bow, you will get this perfect bow. So otherwise you'll have one that will come out that side, one tail that will come out like that, but because we flipped this over and behind it, this tail lays flat and you get the perfect bow. Now that's how I tie 99% of my bows, but if I want to get a really small bow, like this one, or I could probably do this one with my hands, or like one with baker's twine. I didn't do this one particularly well, but if I want a smaller one, you can use a fork. But as I said, I actually personally find this more difficult. But the way you can do it is you wrap a piece of ribbon just around the fork, and you make sure that the piece at the back is longer than the one at the front. And we're going to take the piece at the back and put it through the middle of the fork. And I like to keep my thumb there, otherwise it unravels. Like so. So you've made one loop there and one loop there. Then you take this piece at the back and you thread it through the middle so that you have 2 loops, and then you bring this tail that's on the right over the top of the tail on the left, and you tie a knot as tight as you can go. But before you tighten it, if you pull the tails downwards in a V, you are more likely to get neat tails on your bow, like so. See that? And then you just slip it off, make sure it's tightened, which it is, and you have a perfect tiny little bow, like so. And when I was thinking about the fork method, I was thinking about how can I make bows of different sizes, and they do have bow makers available to buy, and I used to have one but I never used it, so I gave it away. But I was thinking, why not use a wide tooth comb? So you can literally do the same method. Let me get some more of this green ribbon. Probably only need this much. It's a bit more fiddly with a comb, but you can do it. So I'm going to use 4 of these prongs. So I've just slipped the ribbon around I've got a long tail here and a short tail at the front, like so. I hope this is clear for you. Now I'm going to take this long back ribbon and I'm going to poke it through the middle here, and I'm going to have to lift it up now. Oh, this is so fiddly. But some people find this easier. As I said, I don't, but I thought I'd show you because everybody's different. So I've just poked that through to the middle, just like I did on the fork. I'm going to put that through the middle again, but over the top. Then I'm going to take the tail on the right, put it over the top of the tail that's going to be on the left that we've just brought over the top, and tie a knot as tight as I can in a V downwards. And then I'm going to pull it off, turn it over, and now we can trim at an angle with our scissors, and we have another perfect bow. Now, with the reason why I showed this one, even though it's a bit more fiddly because it's bigger to hold, is because you could do different widths. So for example, if I wanted to do one with really wide loops for any reason, so let's just take that many, whatever that is, I could, because I just do it over a wider area. So you'd have to work out the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has to be an odd number, so let me do 7, and then we can put it through the 4th hole in the middle, like so. Can you see what I'm doing? Hopefully. Put that through the middle, like so. And then I put that down, keep my thumb in the middle, pop that through, tie a knot, and remember to hold your tails at a V when you tie the knot. And there you have another perfect bow, but you have wider loops. See? I don't like that, but if you ever needed to do that, or you wanted to do multiple and make another loop, you can also do that using the comb. So that's just a few different ways to tie a bow. But as I said, my favourite method is 2 rabbit ears, tie them together. And you don't even have to take it off of the spool to do the rabbit ears. So pinch 1, pinch 2, second one in the second hand. In fact, you can even do it in the second hand. That's probably an easier way to teach you. 1 finger, 2 finger, tie them together in a knot. And then before you tie the knot, you take the tail across, grab the 2 loops and pull. And then if you want to adjust the size of your loops, because I did it quite big here, you just hold onto the knot, you pull each end and then tighten, and you can see there that I've made a shorter bow. And that's how I tie bows. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, leave me a comment down below and I will do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye.